50% of people are suffering from constipation. In particular, women are suffering more than men when it comes to constipation. And in the UK in 2011, there were up to 50 deaths from constipation. So, as we can see, it's really important to be able to manage constipation with the right nutrition, obviously, but also with the role of physiotherapy. Now, first of all, before we go through some tips that you can use at home to reduce constipation, let's talk about the two main categories that we have with constipation. We have the functional constipation and the medical constipation. Medical constipation is where there is a reason, like some medications that we're taking, they may cause us constipation. Functional is the one that we are going to deal more as physiotherapists with, which is it has to do with how the muscular around your bowel works. Now, so functional and medical. What are the main reasons that someone may have constipation? So one of the main reasons is pregnancy, because during pregnancy we may have hemorrhoids that can cause us constipation, and the change of hormones as well. Also, pathologies such as Parkinson's disease, the neurological diseases can cause constipation due to the change of the way that the whole body and the nerve system are changing the way that they're working. Another reason can be tumors and cancer that can cause us constipation, like cancer at the bowel. Also, bad nutrition can cause constipation. Furthermore, what else, like such as diabetes? For example, 60% of people that are suffering from diabetes, they also have constipation. Um, and last but not least is the psychology behind it. So, as we said before, our gut is our second brain because our gut has its own nerve system that supplies it. So that means that the psychology that we are having that can affect the function of our gut. So if we're stressed or nervous, that can actually cause the release of specific hormones that can cause us more to be constipated. So all of those reasons are some of the factors that can cause us constipation. But let's see what we can do at home to manage it. So it's 5 tips. One has to do with the position that we're having when we're opening our bowels. The second is some specific movements that we can do with our stomach and our mouth to increase the right pressure on our rectum to be able to open our bowels. And the third, which is really important, is the technique of massaging the colon, the large intestine. So let's go and have a look of each of them and how we can use those tips at home. First of all, we're going to start with the position that we should adopt when you're opening your bowels. So as you can see here, we have a stool underneath our feet. You can use a stool or you can use books. The whole point here is that your knees, and they need to be higher than your hips. And then you put both of your elbows at the front of your knees and you bend forwards. This is one of the positions. And what is important is why we're doing that. We're doing that because there is a specific anatomical angle, the anal angle, which is between your anal canal and your colon, which this angle needs to be 90 degrees. Usually, if we're suffering from constipation, this angle is different, it's not 90 degrees. So to create the 90 degrees that we need, we can adopt this position so that we can create the anatomical angle and the stools can pass through easier. Specifically because the stools that we are having when we are constipated, at the Bristol chart, they're between 1 and 2. So the first two categories, as you can see at the picture. So you can imagine that is quite difficult. So facilitating the movement of our gut by adopting this position is crucial. So if the previous position didn't work for you, you can adopt another posture by using your arms. So you can lift your arms up and to the side, okay, a couple of times if that helps you. Again, having the stool underneath your feet or going back and forth, depending on what works for you. The next tip has to do with some exercises that you can use your mouth to do them so that you can facilitate the opening of your bowels. And what I mean with that is that what we usually do when we're constipated and we're trying to open our bowels is that by squeezing, we are engaging our core, but on the wrong way. So we are tightening the core muscles, which we shouldn't do that. We need to increase uh, the um, the stomach pressure and the gut pressure, but in the right way. So imagine like you have um, like your abdominal area is like a barrel that you need as you're squeezing to open your bowels, you need to open this barrel with air. So basically to increase the width of the barrel. So how can we do that is instead of breathe in and as you breathe out to squeeze and do this movement and the belly goes in, you need to expand. So how you can do that is by having posture, as we said before, with a stool. So you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you need to do two mouth movements. So you are using the letter M and O, and it sounds like that. So breathe in, breathe out, more, and pushing down. So the more sound helps you to increase this imaginary bowel with air. So instead of putting the tummy in, you putting the right pressure on your bowels, and you are going to facilitate the whole movement. The last tip has to do with massaging the colon, and let's go and see how we should do that. So you come and lie on your back, and we're going to use the anatomy of the large intestines to massage it. Okay, so just a reminder, the anatomy is like that. So it starts from here, it creates like an M shape, like the M of McDonald's. So, and you start from here and goes up to here and then all the way down. So the way that we're massaging though is from below to the top. So how are you doing? You're using either one or two hands and you're coming below, up. So like, as we said, um, imagine the large intestine like a sausage. So it's not like smooth, okay? So you need to actually imagine that it's like a sausage. So I need to massage it. I need to go through uh, the anatomy like that. So it's not a straight. So I do it from the bottom to the top. And then you're going here. And from here, you go like that again. And that you can do it for a minute or more if you need to. And what you do, you are increasing the blood flow through your large intestine, and you are facilitating the movement of the stool so that the stools are going to move a little bit easier and go through the rectum, and then you can open the bowels easier. So we learned 5 important tips that you can take with you today and use them to reduce your constipation, or at least the symptoms of constipation. I hope that you enjoyed our video. If you did, please press like and subscribe to our channel so that you can stay tuned with all the new videos that we are uploading each week.